Hello everybody, my name is Christian Charlo. Welcome to your market report. Today we're Thursday, September 3rd, 2015. Today folks, on the markets, we have markets that remain neutral. I know that last week I've talked about intraday movement that we had in the resources sector when we had a slight wave of buyers that came in. It was on August 20th and August the 27th that we had that movement here on the SPY. But finally we saw that this movement has stopped. So we're unable to reach the target here of 205 on the SPY. Right now we are bounded by this big neutral range that we have on the SPY. And we see that on that neutral range on the SPY though, there's a big volatility, which means that there's almost more than 400 points, 200 points that we have within that big neutral sideway formation. So as long as we stay there below 199 on the SPY and above 187 on the SPY though, opening some positions for swing trading remains risky. However, the fact that we are neutral within that neutral range in the markets is something that's good because a lot of stocks that I've shown you in the last market report are continuing to be within a neutral range. Today, for instance, in the coal sector, I know that last week I've talked to you about a movement that we had in a stock like Arch Coal, for instance, that you will see here. So since August 27, Arch Coal has performed pretty well. It has even reached its former support there. So it went higher than the target I've set at 750. We reached $10. So that was a clear profit taking opportunity if you got in on Arch Coal at this level. Right now you see that Arch Coal is totally neutral. Therefore, the next entry point on Arch Coal is going to be if ever it can break its resistance of $10. Now we have a stochastic here that shows us that there's a big wave of sellers that's coming in. So should you get in within this sideway formation on Arch Coal? No, because you see here with this wave of sellers that's there, there's a risk that Arch Coal could even go below 542, which will confirm a new bearish cycle on that stock. A stock like BTU also broke out here. It reached the target of 275, so that was a clear profit taking opportunity on a stock like that. Now the stock is neutral, and so far we're waiting for the next direction. So the next entry point is going to be at 277 if it can break that former resistance. And if it goes below $2, you should get out. And by looking at the stochastics, same thing for Arch Coal, we're still seeing a wave of pressure that came out. However, today it didn't attempt to go up today to even go higher, but finally this attempt totally deflated. Now, if we take a look at the situation in the copper sector, last week I've talked to you about Tech Resources. That was interesting, but I said Tech Resources will reach its 30-day moving average. Actually, it did reach that, even went slightly higher. So that was a clear opportunity for you to take some profit to cash in on Tech Resources, because right now in Tech, we're totally neutral. And right now we're between the 10-day and the 30-day moving average in yellow. So as long as we're within those moving average, which means above 858 and below 977, $10, you should definitely not open any positions on Tech Resources. The entry point will be if the stock can go above $10, because above $10, we will break this resistance and we will also go above this 50-day moving average. Then the next target on Tech could be towards $12. So this is why it's important to wait for the clear breakout, clear signals in those stocks in the resources sector, even if they're neutral. Freeport McMoRan in the copper sector has also to be watched. 1125 is the entry point. 942 is the point to get out on a stock like Freeport McMoRan. If we continue here on the end in the steel sector, what we had a stock like Cliff Natural Resources that broke out on August 27. Since then, this breakout has not performed as much, but the stock stays neutral, which means that if you got in the breakout on Cliff on August 27, the trend is your friend. You should continue to hold on to that stock. 422, it's going to be the go on a stock like that. Right now, we're making a negative top with the stochastics. It's something that is actually negative. However, the thing is, if ever we have another wave of buyers that's coming in, 416 will be the new entry point on a stock like Cliff Natural Resources. On oil, we still have a neutral range that persists on oil. Same thing too for the energy sector. And the stocks I've shown you, for instance, Precision Drilling, I remember I said that it was one of the best picks. On August 27, I said that the target on Precision Drilling was until this 30-day moving average. We have reached that. We've tested that 30-day moving average several times. So that was, if you got in on August 27, that was the point where you should have gotten some profits in a stock like Precision Drilling. Right now, we're totally neutral. Next entry point becomes 650, because at 650, we will reverse this downward trend on a stock like Precision Drilling, and that will be the go on a stock like that. If it goes below 572, that will be a new shorting signal. Canadian Natural Resources so far is neutral. It's also a stock that you have to be watched, and Valley as well. I want to talk to you about Valley, especially because today on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days just by clicking at the link below. We have published a list of stocks on the resources sector, steel, copper, coal, where a lot of those stocks are neutral. There was an attempt to start a bullish cycle today on those sectors, but this attempt failed. However, those stocks continue to remain within this neutral range. As I said, because the volatility on the SPY remains high within that neutral range, so there's about 200 to 400 points within this neutral range, we don't think that as long as the SPY remain within this neutral range, that it's appropriate to get into the resources stocks that I've shown you. However, it's good to put them on your watch list. So this is the list of the stocks though. If we take a look here, Arch Coal, Peabody Energy, Tech, Freeport McMoRan, Cliff, Precision Drilling, Canadian Natural Resources, and Valley, and all the others though are all stocks that you should watch only and only if they can break their resistance and if only the markets can actually confirm a clear breakout, which means we need the SPY to go above 200 points, 199 points, and then that will be a clear confirmation of a bullish cycle. Will the employment report tomorrow lead to that? So far, it's tough to predict. Today, the ECB came out saying that they will continue to support the economy. They might even extend the quantitative easing program after September 16. But this was not enough to create a wave of buyers that could propel the resources stocks higher. The good thing is that they still remain neutral, so they have to be put on your watch list, on your bucket list. And whenever we have the next bullish cycle, then those stocks will be great opportunities, great entry points for swing trading. But so far, they just have to be put on your bucket list. So if you want access to the full list of the stocks, subscribe to marketgurus.tv for free for 10 days just by clicking at the link below. But this is a list of some stocks out of this list that you can see here on my screen, a list of some stocks that are in a neutral range and that should be watched for the next cycle. So this was Christian Charlo from marketgurus.tv. I wish you all a good trading. You can always chat with us on Facebook, Twitter, and never forget, the more money you make, the happier we are. See you next week.